So fellas, today we're going to be talking about mental health and its impact on men. Let's go. What's up fellas, it's your boy Ihsaan Ali, StyleJumper, your guide to personal style. If you're new to the channel, we release videos where we discuss topics like style, confidence, and etiquette. Please subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we release our next video. Guys, there's a lot going on right now, and I thought it was important that I actually do a video on mental health. Guys, I am studying behavioral science, and a part of that behavioral science is the flight assessment. I really hope that you take a moment and check out the link below to learn more about your personality, also learning more about your actual superpower and how to use those superpowers to elevate you in all that you want to do, but also to learn your kryptonite. Check out the link below and learn more about the flight assessment. So we all know, guys, there's been some tragic news lately. Most recently, tWitch from the Ellen show committed suicide. A lot of people are thinking like, you know, someone who seems to have it all, right? He has an amazing career, beautiful family, flourishing future, but yet take his own life. And there's just something about that many people are wrestling with. And I want to just give you some insight. So you all know, I've shared my personal journey when it comes to mental health. And sometimes that's actually why I would have to step away from doing creative projects like this. When I think about things and me trying to balance my life, I had a rough 18 months. In the last 18 months, I've lost my mother-in-law, 2 half-sisters, one of my best friends, and just recently, my uncle. So there's a lot that's going on, and not to think about all the other dynamics of that, right? So the impact with work, the impact with your relationships, and then the managing of the emotions with all that loss, plus that impact just really can swallow a person up and then causes depression. So I was thinking about tWitch, and when I look at things and I think about my own personality, it's really very similar. tWitch seemed to be, and what I'm learning about, which is behavioral science and the flight assessment, that tWitch seemed to be what is called a flight attendant and a grounds crew. Flight attendant is someone who's, they're high energy, they're always engaging, they don't mind being in the spotlight. He was also what I see was a grounds crew, meaning someone who loves to serve and sometimes does not know how to say no and refuses to do so, just continues to give. But the challenge is those personalities will give into exhaustion and may not even speak on it. And others were thinking, well, gosh, this guy actually just a video 24 hours before, he was, dancing with his wife and he seemed to be so happy. I'll tell you, from someone who's high flight attendant personality as well as someone who's high grounds crew, that I too, always are constantly thinking about, I can get through it. Things are going to get better. But also with that emotion of a high flight attendant and grounds crew person, you get zapped by energy. So I can't imagine him having all of those requests to show up, to smile, to engage, and also to constantly have their internal desire to give and give and give, how that impacted his body and his spirit. And unfortunately, he took his own life. So I wanted to share with you some things to think about when it comes to mental health and give you some statistics. We'll start with African American men. 13.4% of the US population identifies as Black or African American. Of those, over 60% reported having a mental illness the past year. That is over 7 million people. More people than the population of cities like Chicago, Ohio, and Philadelphia combined. Black and African American people are more often diagnosed with schizophrenia and less often diagnosed with mood disorders compared to white people with the same symptoms. Additionally, they are offered medication or therapy at a low rate than the general population. While Black Americans experience similar rates of mental illness as other Americans in general, there are contextual differences. For example, Black adults living below the poverty line are more than twice as likely to report serious psychological distress, Additionally, black men are not receiving the help they need. Only 26.4% of black and Hispanic men ages 18 to 44 who experience daily feelings of anxiety or depression were likely to have used mental health services, compared to 45.4 non-Hispanic white men the same feelings. So let's talk about mental health in men in general. In some recent findings, 77% of men polled have suffered with common mental health symptoms like anxiety, stress, and depression. 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health. Over 1/3 of men, 35%, think they've had a diagnosable mental health condition at some point in their lives. 29% of those who haven't done so say that they are too embarrassed to speak about it, while 20% say there is a negative stigma when it comes to the issue. The biggest cause of mental health issues in men's life are work, 32%, their finances, 31%, their health, 23%. 40% of men polled said that it would take thoughts of suicide or self-harm to compel them to seek professional help. 1/5 of men, 19%, have been diagnosed for mental health conditions confirmed by professionals. Guys, here's a few things that are suggested to help with your mental health. Get enough sleep. Pay attention to your feelings. Spend time in nature. Pursue a hobby. Try to laugh often. Grieve your losses. Accept yourself and all your imperfections. Try to spend less time in front of electronics. Connect with your friends and family. Try to do things that you want to do, not because you have to do or it's an obligation. There's a huge list of resources that I'm going to be sharing, so I can go on and on about the different solutions, options, and hey, I am not a healthcare provider, I'm not a professional, but just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I've experienced and some solutions and options that I would suggest you try as well. I'm also going to be adding at the end of the video one of my previous videos that I did about depression. If you want to see what I'm wearing on a day-to-day basis, check out my Instagram. There you'll find a ton of looks or maybe some inspiration. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave it in the comments below. And if you like this content, fellas, please share it with your stylish friends. And remember, when you leave home today, walk out with style, confidence, and etiquette. And fellas, look, I know it's tough out there. And sometimes you feel as though you don't have resources or support, or even someone who cares. And frankly, for guys, we may feel that people just don't give a damn. But know that there are resources out there, and I'm here for you as well. You can reach me in the messages or DM me on Instagram, and I'll see you on the next one. For more info about how I manage depression, check out this next video.